Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Ignorant Intellectual on Media. I'm not at my desk right now. I'm actually in the guts of my den, standing up because I'm going to go over the shelves and we're going to do the second part of the S's in my film library episodes. All right, and I'll join you in a second. All right, I'll talk to you in a second. Bye for now. All right, I am back at the shelves. I think the last one we did was Son of Rambo. Was that the last one we did? Son of Rambo. I think that was the last one, right? So next after that one is, sorry, wrong number, starring Barbara Stanwyck and Burt Lancaster. All right. After that, we have Spawn, the director's cut. This movie wasn't all that great, but the cartoon series of Spawn was really good, so it motivated me to get the movie to have everything Spawn. And after Spawn is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, one of the great animated films over the last decade. You get to see all the Spider-Mans from all different dimensions or universes. Um, it was a quite fun watch. If you haven't seen it, I would suggest you see it. After that is all the Spider-Mans Far From Home and Homecoming. Actually, there's a third one. I'm not sure if I have that third one yet. I don't think I do. All right. And we have Jackie Chan's Spiritual Kung Fu. All right. Then we have Arrow Academy film, Spotlight on Murder. After that is The Spy Who Came In From the Cold, Richard Burton. All right. The Squid and the Whale. Next up is a Kino Lorber classic, The Spiral Staircase. Kino Lorber Studio Classics. All right, next up is Gregory Peck in The Stalking Moon. All right, we'll go to the next section. What do we have here? The Barbara Stanwyck collection. Lady Eve, The Miracle Woman, Double Indemnity, All I Desire, The Bitter Tea of General Yen, and Golden Boy. So 6 films. A nice box set. DVD box set. Alrighty. See if we can fit this back in. There we go. After Barbara Stanwyck is the Star Trek films, Rogue One, Star Wars, I apologize. Alright. And The Last Jedi. Don't think I have the third one yet. Haven't found it on the secondary market yet. After this, it's a Station Agent. All right, it was a very good film, actually. It stars what's his name from Game of Thrones? And then we have Steam Boy. Guys who did Akira did Steam Boy, so that's why I picked this up. Akira is one of the greatest anime films of all time, if you haven't seen it. Alright, then we have Stella Dallas, Barbara Stanwyck again. She is quite the actor, Barbara Stanwyck. She was really good in Double Indemnity. Double Indemnity. We have the original Stepford Wives. Alright, what do we have after that? We have a couple of James Stewart box sets. So we have the Screen Legends Collection, James Stewart, which has Next Time We Love, You Gotta Stay Happy, Thunder Bay, The Glenn Miller Story, and Shenandoah. All right. And then we have a second box set of James Stewart. That's in the Western collection. This one. Hard to hold it without dropping it. This one has Destry Rides Again, Winchester 73, Bend of the River, The Far Country, Night Passage, and The Rare Breed. All right. You can see that well. All DVDs, all individually, the thin DVDs. Alrighty. So that is one of the great Wilder Pryor films. Stir Crazy. the chicken suits was quite funny if you haven't seen that scene. All right. We have the Stone Tape. And then we have Storm Over Asia. So Eureka DVD. Not part of their Masters of Cinema, but we have the Story of O. We have another Kino Lorber classic, The Strange Door. And we have The Strange One. We have Le Tué de Boston, or The Strangler in English. Okay, after The Strangler, we have The Stratton Story, James Stewart. And then we have the remake of Straw Dogs. Haven't watched it, so I'm not sure how good this this remake is. We have an Arrow film, Stray Cat Rock, which is actually, I think this is 3 films in one. Five films in one, or 5 tales anyway. Delinquent Girl, Boss, Wild Jumbo, Sex Hunter, Machine Animal, and Beat 12 or 21. Right. And we have the Sonny Chiba film, the Street Fighter. And we have another Arrow DVD film, Street Trash. And we have the Barbra Streisand collection, 3 films. The Mirror Has Two Faces, The Prince of Tides, and The Way We Were. All right. And then we have the Studio Ghibli movie collection. All right. It has, I think, pretty much all the films on 5 discs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 of the 22. I think there's 22 films altogether in the studio. You got 17 of them on 6 discs. So unfortunately, I mean, this is a budget thing. So if you want to see the films without paying through the teeth for them, it's a good, but I picked this up for like $20, $25. So 17 of the films. The problem is that, they put 3 or 4 films per DVD, right? So when you watch them, they are not of the clearest variety. All right, you're going to see the the choppiness and everything. So kind of distracts from the films. So I got that so that I'd have pretty much all of them to start with, and then I started looking for them all on Blu-ray to watch them better, right? So here's the Princess Kaguya. Right. Princess Mononoke. Mononoke. So you have these the pre-Disney ones that have the original English dubbed versions of the films, and then Ghibli joined up with Disney, and they redid all the voices for all the films that Disney joined up with them. They did a redubbed the redubbed versions of the film with more modern actors, like American actors or whatever. So personally, I like watching them in their original Japanese language with subtitles, even though it's kind of, when you watch a live action film, let's say a Japanese live action film, and you watch it dubbed, the movement of the actors' mouths don't match the voices and the sounds that are coming out of their mouths, right? And there's always a delay or a lateness or whatever, right? So it adds a bit of comedy to any film that you watch that has a dubbed, a Japanese film that has dubs in it, because some of the voiceovers are pretty bad, and over time, the language that, let's say, they used in the 1950s or the 1960s isn't the language that English speakers are using now. So the English dubbed versions of a lot of the films are kind of out of date, and you kind of lose a bit of it, or it sounds corny or whatever, right? So a lot of times with the better films, whenever they, let's say, upgrade it from a DVD to a Blu-ray or something, they'll also redo the dubs for the film. But always, I mean, dubs are for people that don't like reading subtitles, and they're just lazy, in my opinion. They don't like um, people don't they don't want to read a book when they're watching TV, watching the screen or whatever. So I understand the point of that, but it's false. Uh, that only usually comes out of people's mouths on people who haven't really watched film enough with subtitles. They've only watched a few films with subtitles, and they're spending all their time looking at the bottom of the screen, reading the film and not being able to watch the film. But what happens when you get used to watching subtitles is the subtitles are at the bottom, but you're reading them peripherally and you're still watching the film, right? So actually, you get used to subtitles. I'm at the point now where even when I'm watching, um, English film or English television, I have the subtitles on anyways because um, I follow it better because when a person's talking, you understand most of the words, but sometimes they'll use a phrase or they use some words that you don't recognize, or they speak it too quickly that you don't pick up on what they just said. But the subtitle is always there, and then you always know what they're saying, right? So you actually follow better um, with the subtitles, even when the actors are English, right? So, um, but with so that's with live action, but with cartoons, with animation, it doesn't really matter because the movements of the mouths aren't all that important, right? So um, it's how well the translation was done, right? Is the English speaking version of the film natural? Like, are they using natural language, or are they using a translated language from Japanese that is kind of awkward to listen to, right? Um, so it depends on how good the translation dubbing is, right? If it's natural, if it's a natural language in English that you understand, then the dub is fine. You don't have to watch subtitles when you're watching a cartoon, right? Because it's not like a live action or whatever, right? So, but I found that even though um, a lot of the dub versions of the language in English are good, it's still a Japanese film when you're listening to it in Japanese, in the Japanese language, and you're reading the subtitles. I find it more enjoyable that way with the original language, right? So even with the cartoons, right? So because I've watched, like I watched Cowboy Bebop, I watched a bunch of different films with the English dub, and then I watched it with the Japanese with the English subtitles, and the Japanese with the English subtitles seem to work better, right? So, but anyways, that's up to the listener or the watcher, I guess. So here's The Wind Rises. So what they've done is they've updated all the films that Disney joined with Studio Ghibli. They've they they updated the dubs, the English dubs for them using like nowadays actors and actresses to do the voices. So Castle in the Sky, My Neighbor Totoro. So these are all like Disney versions of them, right? So probably they're the better ones to get um, if you don't like reading subtitles and listening to the original Japanese, and you want the English version of it. The updated Disney versions of them are probably the best, better than the old ones like this one, right? So The Cat Returns, right? So this is like a pre-Disney version on DVD. And here's a DVD version with Disney of Ponyo. Right. And this one is pre-Disney, Grave of the Fireflies. And this film, out of all the Studio Ghibli films, is the best. This is the best film out of all of them. All right, hands down. It's one of the most depressing films I've ever watched. The only cartoon I've ever watched that has made me cry. So just be prepared to feel some really sad emotions when you watch this film. But it is the greatest Studio Ghibli film. And trying to find it in they have Steelbook Blu-rays for them. I'll show you them now, right? Um, they go anywhere between 20 and $35 to $40 each, depending on where you find them. They used to be stocked at Walmart, and you can get them for like $25 or whatever. But going online on Amazon, they seem to be like 37 or something, right? Whichever ones they have left, anyways. But they did the whole run, I think, of all the Studio Ghibli films in Steelbook Blu-rays, and they're all $25 to $35. But for some reason, the Grave of the Firefly one is like over 100. I'm not sure why. All right, so I took them off the shelf. But anyways, okay. So here are all the Studio Ghibli ones that I have on Steelbook Blu-ray. So I have Nausicaa, or of the. Sorry, hold on. My throat is still sore from surgery, so sometimes I have to like my mouth fills up with liquid quicker than it did pre-surgery. So I'm not sure why. Maybe it's the healing process. So I have to swallow a lot more. All right. So Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. All right. We'll just pop that over here. All right. Princess Mononoke. So this one I found used. So it doesn't have the L cover, the J cover for it. But I also found like eight of them new, and those ones all have the J covers on them, right? So this one doesn't either. All right, this one is Spirited Away. Really beautiful steelbooks. If you can find them, you should pick them up. They're really nice. I want to get all 20-something films on Steelbook Blu-ray. By the time I finish getting them all, they'll probably come out in 4K. Right? So Kiki's Delivery Service. You have Castle in the Sky. None of these are all I found used. So they didn't have the J covers. Now we're getting to the new ones, the ones that I found new for like $8 each, only yesterday. So this one does have the J card on it. On the Tale of Princess Kaguya. From Up on Poppy Hill. So these are all in they're in plastic bags, but I also put them in plastic Blu-ray boxes. Those plastic boxes that you put the steel books in to protect it. So then we got Porco Rosso. And look at that. See that? Poor dent. Things get damaged so easily. This one is not in one of those plastic boxes yet because I ran out. But I think this one had a dent when I bought it, so if not, that's how easy they are to dent, right? The Secret World of Arrietty. And last but not least, Howl's Moving Castle. I have to order some more of those Steelbook plastic boxes. Right. The one that's down below, The Story of Ruth. Alright, and then we have Stuntman. We have Summer of 42. And then we have Superbad. And we have Superfly. The great blaxploitation films. We have The Suspect. And is that all? Nope. We have a few more. Jan's Stanwyck Major, the complete short films. Back after Sweet Smell of Success. That was a very good film. One of the. You consider this a film noir? I think this is a film noir, isn't it? I watched it. I quite enjoyed it. We have Swiss Family Robinson. Switchblade Sisters. And Stanwyck, New York. That's how you pronounce it. And that's all the S's. Next up is The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. So we'll do that in the next video. Alright. Hope you enjoyed going through my film library. We'll continue series in the next video, and if you enjoyed it, leave a thumbs up. Think about subscribing. I would like that. And you have a great day, and I'll talk to you in my next video. All right, so bye for now.